A second person has died as a result of the collision at the intersection of the South Eastern Freeway and Cross Road, which occurred at 1:05 p.m. on Monday. A 41-year-old woman from Ingle Farm, who was the driver of one of the cars, passed away on Tuesday evening in the Royal Adelaide Hospital. The truck driver, a 29-year-old man from Netley, and a 48-year-old woman from Harndorf remained in the Royal Adelaide Hospital. Police investigators from Major Crash Investigation Section are investigating the crash and will be preparing a report for the coroner. Without limiting the scope of the investigation, police are considering the possibility of brake failure as a possible cause of the crash. With this in mind, police are trying to piece together as much information as possible about the truck and its manner of driving prior to the crash. Investigators would particularly like to speak to any witnesses who may have seen the truck anywhere on the down track of the freeway. That includes from the actual crash site back to the tunnels and also beyond the tunnels. As part of the ongoing investigation, police have visited the truck company and inspected a number of vehicles. Major Crash Mechanics will be conducting a full examination of the truck involved in the crash, and which is a white rigid Isuzu with a blue-coloured tanker on the back. So just recapping, we're appealing with anyone who may have information which could assist the investigation to call Bankers A Crime Stoppers or contact police. And police are particularly like to speak to witnesses who may have seen the truck anywhere on the down track of the South Eastern Freeway. And that includes from the tunnels down to the crash scene and also prior to the actual tunnels. So anyone who has any information that could provide assistance to the police, if they could call Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. Thanks. Any questions?
Can you say where it came from, Steve?
Sorry?
What can you say where the truck came from, where it originated?
Well, we're still not 100% sure whereabouts it actually joined the freeway. Thanks. So anyone that may have seen the truck at all on the down track of the South Eastern Freeway, if they could give us a call, that would really be appreciated.
Has the driver been able to give you any information?
We haven't been able to speak to the driver at this time.
Is there any indication, I know it's only early, but is there any indication that the driver may have been in the wrong?
I don't want to speculate at all. It's an ongoing police investigation, so it'd be inappropriate for me to make any sort of comment at all in that regard.
And what you are looking more towards it being a brake defect as being the probable cause?
We're not, as I said before, we're not limiting the scope of the actual investigation. However, that certainly is something that we're looking at.
How concerning is this to you? I mean, we've had several similar incidents even in the same spot in the past. Does that worry police?
Well, any form of road trauma is of concern. That's sort of the main crux of my job, and is trying to prevent that road trauma. So yes, it's very concerning, and any sort of road trauma, the impact is very widespread. It's not only on those directly involved and the close family and friends, but there's witnesses, there's emergency service workers, and the whole community is impacted on when these sort of tragedies occur.
Has the inspection of trucks or the records at the company revealed anything of interest or concern you can share with us?
As I said, it's an ongoing police investigation, so it would be inappropriate for me to make any comments at all in that regard.
So you can't say if there's been any defects found at Trans-Pacific?
It would be inappropriate for me to make any comments.
Is there any particular type of driving or you're actually looking for on the freeway? Or anything specific that you're after from witnesses?
Anyone that may have actually seen the truck, which is a white rigid Isuzu truck with a white cabin and a blue tanker on the back. If they can call Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000, that would be great.
Can you outline where the truck is actually now and what process is being undertaken to test it?
Well, the truck is normally seized and taken as police property, and then the Major Crash Investigation Section mechanics will give it a thorough examination.
And how long does that take roughly?
Well, I don't really want to speculate on that because there's also other trucks they're looking at and things like that. It's all part of an ongoing investigation.
How difficult will it be to examine that truck, given I understand the state of it's not going to be great?
These guys are pretty good at what they do, and in terms of, I guess, a forensic analysis of the vehicle. So, and they are very thorough.
When do you anticipate having answers?
Having answers? Well, you've got to also bear in mind that the matter will be, it's an investigation, first off, police investigation, but also after that, then it's a matter for the coroner to consider. So in terms of when we've got answers that we can share, that could be some time.
How many witnesses have actually been spoken to so far? Do you have a number?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
You planning to look at any of the other trucks amongst the fleet, or have you done so yet?
Have we?
Looked at any of the other Trans-Pacific trucks?
Yes, we've attended the one of the yards where this truck sort of worked out of, and we've examined a number of vehicles there.
Have you done so interstate as well? Or?
No, we haven't.
Okay, thank you. Assistant Commissioner Fay.
Thanks, Steve. I thought, I know there's a bit of interest in the remotely piloted aircraft system that SAPOL has, so I thought I might just give a little bit of some introductory comments, and then I'm quite happy to take any questions that you might have in regard to that. You'd probably be aware that SAPOL has purchased 2 remotely piloted aircraft systems. And very recently, following an extensive licensing and testing regime, the Civil Aviation Safety Authority has granted SAPOL's operator certificate, which enables us to utilise those remotely piloted aircraft systems. It was used, one of the systems was used for the first time at the fatal crash on Monday that you've just heard about. It was used for the purpose of taking evidentiary photos from just a slightly different angle, that is from some distance into the sky, which enabled the evidentiary photos to be taken that give a whole view of the scene from above. This type of machinery really is a platform that we can use a range of cameras on. We have some restricted use for it. Our policy position is that it is to be used for high-risk incidents, search and rescue, and also for taking photography of crime or collision scenes. It is simply a tool for us to use, and it can often go where other aircraft can't go, other conventional aircraft can't go, and there are obviously efficiency and effectiveness gains that we can put into place as a direct result of that. So there's just a bit of an overview of what it's all about, and I'm happy to take any questions that might be. And I understand you're going down for a demonstration for those that are interested in seeing that.
How would you use those photos of the crash scene? Like what you talk about evidentiary, so you're looking, for track marks, etc. How the accident occurred, I imagine.
Oh, well, yes, a whole range of aspects to that. I mean, they'll be used in any criminal cases or coroner's courts or the likes. And yes, it's just about taking photos from a different angle and seeing it from a much broader perspective, and might pick up evidence that may not have been obvious, very obvious right at a particular moment.
Can you talk in specifics about how it was used on Monday and what sort of photos were taken?
Yes, I can, in so much as the operators, and every operator of the system needs to be licensed, as I said, undertake a very extensive licensing and testing regime. They attended at the scene with the remotely piloted aircraft system, met with the chief investigator, and with the chief investigator they take the system up can only go to 400 feet maximum. So under CASA regulations, and so they went to a different series of heights, and at the direction of the investigating officer took a range of photographs.